Hi, students. Uh, today, just today onwards, because NEET is very fast approaching, I would like to give you some of the most expected and many times repeated questions in NEET. Daily, in one unit, I make only hardly 5 to 10 questions, right? But I want to have concept clarity, right? This is because the same question normally, if I give the answer, it doesn't work. What we have to do is each question, every answer among the four, let us discuss. And for each answer, what is the right question to be expected also we'll discuss. Is that fine? Because most of the time I think just they are giving nowadays NEET crash course, they do just they solve some question papers and that's over. Actually, that doesn't work actually, right? So mostly asked questions in previous exams and its explanation how it has to be dealt. Okay, let's start with that. Okay, I'll share some of the presentation where I explain you the questions because I want to show you the questions and I'll explain you that. Okay, okay, let me share the paper now. The most expected questions here. Okay, so you can see this question paper. So it is about the NEET most repeated questions it is. Is that fine? Okay. Let's now talk about this. First question. Okay. It is from Living World, right? Every chapter, one or two questions I'll do. Living World in taxonomic categories, which hierarchical arrangement in descending order is correct in case of animals? Means if you take taxonomical categories, which hierarchical arrangement descends descending order is correct in case of animals. Means you should go in descending order. Most of the time what happens, the students look at that and chuck, they will write it off, right? Descending order means upper one should be higher rank, lower should be smaller rank. So whenever you think of this order, you should know that kingdom comes the topmost. It's a widest, it's a biggest, it has all the different divisions and phylums there, right? So first comes is kingdom. Then, if you talk about animals, see, understand the question is very tactful. It's asked was asked in 2022, right? It says that in animals, after kingdom, in animals you get phylum. If you want to talk in plants, it should be the division, right? Therefore, division is to be ruled out. So then comes after phylum is class. Class is third rank. Then comes order, then comes family, then genus and species, right? Means species the smallest. So this was asked many times. The smallest taxon is species. Then many species come under one genus. They have lot of similarities, right? Then, but species is single one. Like Panthera tigris is only one. Homo sapien is only one, right? Panthera tigris, you take it as tiger. But when you go to the genus level, in Panthera genus, we have many, right? Panthera tigris is tiger, Panthera leo is lion, paradus is leopard. Then comes next unit, that is many genus come under one family, right? Then third, if you go in ascending order, I'm saying species, genus, family. Many families come under one order, many orders come under one class, many classes come under one phylum, all the phylums come under one kingdom. So if you go ascending order, it should be like this: species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, kingdom. Big one is kingdom. So as you go up, the variation increases. As you go down, variation decreases. So the answer should be A, right? First question done. Understood why? Okay, let's go to the next question. Which was first described by Carolus Linnaeus? So what Carolus Linnaeus described? Mangifera indica Linnaeus, Mangifera indica, Mangifera indica Carl Linnaeus. Understand this. Mangifera indica, first thing, it is a binomial nomenclature given by Carolus Linnaeus. You know that binomial nomenclature will have first genus and species, and the author name should come at the end. That should be Linn, not car Linnaeus. Therefore, it should be option A. Correct? Next, biological classification in that chapter. Now, what I told you was a living kingdom, living organisms. That's a living world chapter. Under biological classification, which of the following is correct about viroids? This was asked in 2020. Now, the question is, whenever you take up any question, instead of going to rushing to the question answers, just think about it because you are preparing. Exam, you should rush to the answers. But if you are preparing, you just close your eyes and think about viroids. What are viroids? Viroids and prions, they come together actually. Viroids are the organisms which are only nucleic acid without the protein code. Normally it is RNA, right? What is prion? Prion is having only protein code, infectious protein code without the nucleic acid. That is understood. So now we are talking about the viroids. It was asked in 2020 Neet. What is that is correct about viroids? I told you some description. So about viroids, what you know, they have only nucleic acid which is RNA. Then they cause a disease too, which is called PSTD, potato spindle tuber disease. Therefore, it's called viroid disease for the plant. That's a plant disease. Okay, what is asked? They have DNA with protein code. It's wrong. DNA with protein code should be a virus. They asked viroids. Viroids were discovered by T.O. Diner. Understood this? Then they have free DNA without protein code. It doesn't have DNA. They have RNA with protein code is wrong. They don't have protein code. They have free DNA without protein code is right. That's why I told you anytime I explain you, little description will help you to answer well. Right? Next, go to next question. Which of the following statements is incorrect? See, underline whenever you get these questions. No, incorrect you underline. Most of the time, students' mentality is so fast, so much it is under stress. They will just see what they know. That's it, right? The incorrect you have to underline. It was asked in Neet 2019. Okay, first one, claviceps is the source of many alkaloids and LSD, right? Claviceps purpurea is a fungi, right? It's a fungus. It's a source of many alkaloids and LSD. LSD is lysergic acid diethylamide. They will prepare the from claviceps LSD. It's a right statement which you have studied in second. See, this chapter connects, this question connects first year and second year. Second year, human health and diseases. You get this question also. Conidia are produced exogenously and ascospores are produced endogenously. This in ascomycetes. See, most of the time students will be worried about the fungi. Fungi is the most asked question, which is many times students don't want to study fungi, right? Fungi, all the four groups you study well. Phycomycetes, ascomycetes, basidiomycetes, and deuteromycetes. Once you understand at least 2-3 concepts in that, 2-3 words, 2-3 sentences explanation in that, then your life becomes easier. Okay, so conidia are produced exogenously means outside the mycelium. They are produced exogenously. Ascospores are produced endogenously. Ascospores are produced in ascus because it's a club. It's a fungi in which ascus is there. The sac-like thing, sac fungi we call. Inside that only ascospores are produced. That is observed in yeast and all. If you study life cycle of it, so this is also correct. Yeast have filamentous bodies with long thread-like hyphae. You must be knowing yeast is unicellular fungi. That's an exception in ascomycetes. This is having no filament. It is single cell rounded structure and it is having a long thread of hyphae is wrong. Therefore, this should be the wrong. It is the incorrect statement. Right? Let's study others also. Morels and truffles are edible delicacies. That's also right. You must be knowing morels and truffles are used for very good food. They are very delicious. They are yummy, right? Therefore, that is also right statement. That also is a correct statement. So they have asked which is wrong. Answer to me, it is C option, right? Let's go ahead. Next question. Which of the following organisms are known as chief producers in ocean? It is around 2018 question. So whichever is there in your syllabus, I have taken that. Okay. So chief producers who are producing more food, that is the plants or algae, cyanobacteria, diatoms, dinoflagellates, euglenoids. You must be knowing these are diatoms. Diatoms are the chief producers. They are the phytoplanktons. There's the planktons. They produce. They are in huge numbers in the ocean. So the highest producers, chief producers in ocean are diatoms. Diatoms, you must be knowing, they are centric diatoms and they are the centric diatoms are round in nature, right? Pennate diatoms are flat like a soap box, right? Answer should be B because again I don't want to go through cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, they're actually less. They come under Monera. Dinoflagellates, they form red tides and all. You must be. You should know some words about that. Otherwise, you'll confuse. Right? Most of the times, I've seen students. I know this. I'll write this. No, you should know. Euglenoids. Euglenoids also not so many are there. Right? Euglenoids are euglena example. They are actually mixophagus. Means they sometimes when the light is available, they undergo photosynthesis. When light is not available, then they eat the other organisms. So they do both veg and non-veg. People are these euglena. Okay. Let's go next question. Select the wrong statement. It was asked in Neet 2016. Right. So what is wrong among these? See, always whenever they say wrong or incorrect, you underline them. First statement says diatomaceous earth is formed by the cell walls of diatoms. Right? It is correct. Cell wall of diatoms, they die and they go deposit. They form a huge diatomaceous earth. They're rich in silica. They extract their silica from that. Diatoms are chief producers in ocean. Just now that question had come. That's also correct. Then diatoms are microscopic. Microscopic. One second. Yeah, we discussed about that. It was cut actually. Let's continue. So I'll share that same slide again. So what is that told? Yeah, that was the next question actually. Previous one I'll go where I was explaining about this. So I told you diatoms are one of the most, they're all, that's the primary producers. Actually, they form diatomaceous earth. That's the right question. So next question is about the flowers are zygomorphic in. Zygomorphic means this is coming under the family, the chapter morphology of angiosperms. Zygomorphic means the flower which cannot be cut into two equal halves passing through the center is zygomorphic. Okay. Here mustard is actinomorphic flower. Gulmohar, cassia, datura. Right. Gulmohar also is actinomorphic. Slightly zygomorphic. Cassia. Actually, Gulmohar is having how many are that way? Actually, in this Gulmohar, it is coming under Fabaceae and Cassia comes under Zelpinaceae. They both show some of the times in such questions they will add both answers, right? Therefore, Gulmohar shows and Cassia also shows that is called as zygomorphic plant. Therefore, both are correct. If they give option like that, you write. Otherwise, in such questions, you can write anything, they will get marks, right? Fine then. Let's meet again next time. Few more questions will start. Okay, I hope this is useful. Like this every day, 5 to 10 questions I will solve and I will explain you how to guess the answers. Okay, see you. All the best for the NEET.